All right, so we're running the neural gas routine on dataset A, and so I've already been making a few changes to the file, but I would say I would start with like one of these apps for the neural gas, and I just changed a few lines. On line 7, we just load the data set that we want, and X was already the variable that the other author was using, so let's just go ahead and set A equal to X or X equal to A. Then we can clear the three data sets because we don't need them anymore. And then params.m, remember, is the number of clusters. 20 is quite a bit, but it seems to be working okay. I'll tell you that I have been playing around with some of these parameters to get it to run a little bit better, and I should also say, remember that Tmax is not what it should be. What it should be is the maximum number of iterations times the number of data points. Now we have, what, is this the one where we have like 700 points? Let me check. So if we say load homework March 26 data, yeah, we have 300 points. Okay, let me show you that. Yeah, so A has 300 points, so 300 times 30 is what? 9,000. And so this really should be 9,000 here. Let's go ahead and just change it to 9,000. The initial epsilon, well, when we plot this, you'll see kind of what we were thinking about for the initial epsilon. Initial final, or epsilon final, should be a fairly low number, something close to 0. I don't know if that's too far to 0. We'll see. And then lambda initial is the neighborhood size, so again, that should be big to start with, and then it should go small. And then the times, since there's 300 points, we're going to be running through the data quite a bit, and so I'm going to just jack up the amount of time it takes before an edge is removed, and we'll see how that goes. And here's the command, neural gas network with the data, comma, parameters. So that's x comma params. Okay, so these are all the params that have been set. Now I've turned off the plotting, so we'll only get the plot at the very end. Okay, so let's see how this works. So this is called app homework 1, so I'll just type that in. It should be giving me something here. There we go. All right, so this isn't too good here. We have a few centers kind of flying around there. Let's move that in. These edges inside here are interesting because it's the distance between these 2 points and these 2 points. So what we do is we find the two centers that are closest to the data point and we draw a line between them. So in this case, for example, the two centers closest to this data point are probably these two centers, right? And so it's going to be hard to get more centers along the inner circle and not along the outer circle, even though the inner circle is more dense in data. So this is a good example of something that might be really hard for neural gas to work with. So let's try it again with a different initialization. So every time we run this, it's going to be a random iteration or random selection to start with. So we should get different results. Although I did crank up the, oh, there we go. And so this is probably about as good as clustering as we're going to get. And it doesn't look bad. And so this is the neural gas algorithm on the first data set as an example of what you'll do with some of the others. All right, so I will leave the app homework1 .m available for you to use as you see fit. All right, I'll see you later.